To make our Hawaiian ribbon lei, what we want to start with is this ribbon. You can find it at your local craft store or big box store, and it's usually about 50 cents a roll. What you want to do is look for the one that's 10 yards long, because that will give you just about the right length lei. You also want to look for the ribbon that's a little wider. This one says it's a 1/4 inch wide. That's a great size, especially for when you're starting to learn to make ribbon leis. So you can find the ribbon in all different colors. And today we're going to be working on a ribbon lei that's purple and black. And what you'll do is you'll just start off by taking the ribbon off the spool, and go ahead and take all the ribbon off the spool. So once you've taken all your ribbon off the spool, you'll want to find the two ends of your ribbon and put them together. Then you're just going to slide along the ribbon until you get to the end. Once you find your center point, go ahead and give it a crease. And you're going to take the two different colored ribbons, and these are the colors of your graduates' school colors, and they're both going to have a crease in them. So you're going to slip one inside the other, right through that loop. And let me just tell you now, the very beginning is the hardest part. Once you get about 5 or 6 loops done, then it's much easier to do. But what I found works is set it down, put your finger on where the purple ribbon and the black ribbon join, make a loop with the purple, and you're going to slip it through the black ribbon. And I just use my finger to hold the purple ribbon at the loop and at the base. Then you want to pull the black ribbon till it is tight, not buckling, but tight. Then you're going to take the black and slip it through the purple, and again I put it down and I use my finger to hold the top of the black loop and the black ribbon where it joins, and I tighten the purple ribbon. Now in the beginning you're going to need to spend some extra time and make sure everything's straightened out. I just pulled the bottom of this loop to make sure it was flush, and then tighten it up a little bit. Then you're going to want to tighten the purple loop. Okay, so once that's done, we're going to go back and take our purple ribbon and make a loop, put it through the black ribbon, put it down, and again it gets much easier once we get going. You'll see you're pulling it taut. Sometimes your ribbon will twist. Just take a moment to straighten it out. And you do want to take those steps, or you'll see it in the final result of the lei. It won't look uniform and smooth. So we're going to continue just alternating the loops back and forth. I don't know if you can tell that once you get going, you don't even have to set this down to be able to do the weaving. You can just hold it in your hands and keep weaving back and forth. And you'll find the way that works best for you. So don't get frustrated in the beginning if you feel like it's awkward. Look, I haven't gone very far. What is that? Maybe about 4 or 5 inches, and it's already getting much easier than it was in the first, 5 or 6, I guess you'd call them stitches. So I'll continue this way until I get to the end of the ribbon, and at that point, then I'll show you how to tie it off. So now that we're almost at the end of our lei, we'll continue making our loops until we get to where there's really just nothing else you can do with the ribbon. So it looks like we're pretty close there with the black. I don't think I'll be able to make another loop with the black ribbon. So I'll go ahead and do this last purple loop and tighten it up. And then this time what I'm going to do, instead of making a loop, I'll just stick the end of the black ribbon through the purple, tighten up the purple, and there you go. And then I always come up here and make a knot because I want to make sure it's secure. And I just make a quick double knot. And there we go. We have our first strand of our ribbon lei. This is traditionally considered the front of the lei. So now we'll go on and make our next 2 strands. And then I'll show you how to join the 3 strands together. So once you've completed entirely braiding your lei strand, you'll have 2 ends, the one where you had started and then the one where you finished off your knot. So you'll just want to trim these extra pieces of ribbon And then go back to the beginning of your lei, and you want to make sure that you have the wrong sides on the inside and the right sides on the outside. Remember, this is traditionally the right side, with this being the wrong side. What I like to do is put my finished edge of the lei on top of the knot, and then I grab a needle with some coordinating thread, and in this case I used purple thread, and I overlap the finished edge with the knotted edge, and then I'm just going to take enough stitches to make it secure. Go ahead and secure that together, and then make a knot on the bottom. So once you've completely closed your ribbon lei, and check and make sure that it is secure, you'll want to do the same with the other strands of your lei that you create. So I'm going to take those two strands and my purple and black strand, and I'm going to want to stitch them all together. So once you've joined your three strands together, then you'll just want to attach a ribbon. It'll help cover the joined area. So simply attach your prepared ribbon. There you have it, a 3-strand ribbon lei that costs you about $8 and maybe about 2 hours maximum to make. And that's a keepsake that your graduate can enjoy for years to come. Happy graduation.